Hello. How do you get inspired to write songs? Do you write chords, then put lyrics to them, or the other way around, or something else? That is a question by Banana OG92, and I am going to attempt to answer that. So, the whole creative process is completely unique. I want to preface that to every single person, and anything that I share right now is just what I have done in my own journey through creating and expressing. So you can do anything any way you want to. The rules and all of the extra stuff on the books and the instructions and the theories and all that is just to help you get to how you can express yourself. Like, it's all to get you to right here. This is the moment where you create something from nothing. That is the creative process, is creating something from nothing. All that stuff, all the rules and all that stuff, yes, they're good to have for structure and to create something. But once you learn all the rules, then you gotta break them, okay? So, that being said, how do you get inspired to write songs? Well, anything can be an inspiration. Usually for myself, it's been an emotion, an experience, a thought, a memory. Dreams are really big. Inspiration can come from anything. Inspiration can come from books, drawings, paintings, other people, conversations, taxi drives, or in an Uber. It could come from in the airport, out in the forest, at the ocean, anywhere, anytime. Inspiration can strike and you never know. So it's always good to keep a handy dandy notebook, then you can write it down, and what inspires you is not going to inspire me, and vice versa. So that's what's so cool, is that if we were both to write a song about this pen right now, both of our songs would be completely different. They wouldn't be the same in any way, which is what's so magical about creativity and why you should express what you have inside of you. So, do you write chords, then put lyrics, or do you write the lyrics and then put chords to them? Now, this is a complete preference point. You can do either. You can write the chords, then put the lyrics down. You don't even have to put lyrics. If you don't want lyrics, you don't have to have them. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. If you write lyrics, but you don't want to put those lyrics on a song, you can make a poem out of it. Or just say screw words altogether. That's what... Words get crazy, but if you do want to put words, I have personally it's different every single time. Whatever I'm feeling, if I come up with a cool riff or a cool melody, then I'll write that's already written. So then I'll sometimes go through my notebook and try to find lyrics that I wrote and see if it would fit to that. Or other times I would write these lyrics that I really like, that I wanted to put over some type of instrumental. So in that case, I would write the lyrics first, and then I would put the music underneath it. You know, crafting it to whatever you want. So everything comes from nothing. So if you want lyrics in your song, you can experiment. Try writing lyrics first, and then writing the melody, and then try writing the chords and the melody, and then try writing the lyrics afterwards, and see if there's one that kind of works for you better. Something about lyrics is that I always come up with whatever comes up first. So I don't like to think too much about it. Really, this thing gets in the way a lot of the times. So you want to remove this as much as possible. You want to take your brain off a little bit and allow yourself to write things that are not necessarily what you want, but just allow them to come through, because this is kind of an illogical process. You don't really know. You might write a song and you don't even know what that song's about, and that's okay. Because this tries to get in the way with is like your doubts and your self-critical, your tendency to be self-critical, and the self-hatred and the beating the self down. That is an absolute cannot happen if you're going to be creative, because being creative is another way of saying being gentle with yourself, being loving with yourself, because you can't create unless you're like, hey, maybe this idea has a chance. Let's just give it a chance. You don't know until you try. And that is it, being gentle with yourself. You don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. So let's just try. Let's create something. Don't be afraid of what comes out. But less thinking is more. So then for me, just whatever wants to come out, I just let it come out. If I would say a really good exercise would be just write whatever comes to mind. Even if you're sitting outside and it's a tree and you're like, there's a tree and it's blowing in the wind and there's a mountain in the distance. Just allowing yourself to be silly, to be goofy, to make mistakes, to be imperfect, to allow that stuff to come through, even if you're not going to use it. It's not going to be a #1 hit. You're not going to use it. Even if no one is ever going to hear it again, you letting that come through you is so potent, so authentic, so even if it's words that people have used a million times, it's still you coming through you, and it's never came through you before. So that is it. That is so lovely, and that's creative, being creative and expression. So good luck on your own journey. I hope that helped a little bit. Sorry for all the words. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and thank you for watching.